Okay, so here's a thought. What if the most compelling story of survival and identity this year isn't in a book or a movie, but in a video game? That's exactly what Generation Exile is offering. A dystopian world where fractured societies and outcasts take center stage. Let's dive into why this game is making waves.
That's such an interesting way to frame it because video games have really evolved into these incredible storytelling platforms. And from what I've seen, Generation Exile isn't just about flashy gameplay. It's about exploring deeper themes like identity and community. What stood out to you the most about how the game handles those ideas?
Well, here's the thing. It's not just the setting or the plot that makes it stand out. It's the way the characters are written. They're not just placeholders or archetypes. They feel like real people with real struggles. For instance, there's a faction leader whose entire arc revolves around redemption. That kind of emotional depth adds so much weight to the story. It's not just about surviving in a dystopian world, it's about finding your place in it.
That's such a powerful angle. When a game makes you care about the characters, it's no longer just a game, it's an experience. And I think the pacing plays a big role in that too. Starting with missions that ease you into the mechanics and the world, then gradually raising the stakes. It's such a smart way to keep players hooked without overwhelming them.
Exactly. It's like they're saying, we're going to take you on a journey, but we're going to make sure you're ready for it. And speaking of journeys, let's talk about the gameplay mechanics because, honestly, this is where Generation Exile really shines. It's this seamless blend of action, strategy, and RPG elements. You've got a customizable character who can develop unique skills and abilities, which already gives you a sense of ownership over your experience.
Oh, and the combat system sounds incredible. The fact that you can combine ranged and melee attacks while tactically using the environment adds so much depth. And then there's the dynamic mission system, which is such a game changer. Instead of being forced down a linear path, you can choose how you want to approach objectives. That kind of flexibility makes the gameplay feel so much more personal.
Right, it's like the game is saying, your choices matter. And that's not something you see every day. Plus, the exploration aspect really adds to the experience. The world is full of hidden collectibles and side quests that expand on the lore. And the NPCs? They're not just background characters. They react to your actions, and their storylines evolve based on the choices you make. It's like the world is alive, and you're a part of it.
That's such a huge draw for me. When a game world feels alive, it's so much easier to get lost in it. And the visuals definitely help with that. From what I've seen, the environments are incredibly detailed and the character models look amazing. The art style strikes this perfect balance between gritty realism and futuristic aesthetics, which creates such a unique atmosphere.
Oh, and let's not forget about the sound design. The soundtrack is just phenomenal. It's like they've composed it to be a character in its own right. You've got ambient tracks that set the mood for exploration and intense battle music that ramps up the adrenaline during combat. And the sound effects? Crisp, balanced, and so immersive. From the hum of futuristic weapons to the subtle background noises, it all comes together to make the world feel real.
That's such a crucial part of immersion. But you know what else is important? A good user interface. And from what I've read, Generation Exile nails it. The UI is clean and intuitive, which is so important in a game with this much going on. Menus are easy to navigate, and all the important information, health, ammo, mission objectives, is displayed clearly without cluttering the screen. It's the kind of design that keeps you focused on the action.
And the accessibility options are just the cherry on top. Players can adjust difficulty settings, control schemes, and even visual aids to suit their preferences. That's such a thoughtful inclusion, especially for players who might be new to the genre or have specific needs. It's clear that Lucas Tribune wanted this game to be as welcoming as possible to a wide audience.
That's such a refreshing approach. And speaking of inclusivity, let's talk about the multiplayer features. I know the game is primarily single player, but the fact that they've included cooperative missions is such a nice touch. It's a great way to extend the gameplay and give players a chance to team up with friends. Plus, the community events and leaderboards add a layer of friendly competition that keeps things interesting.
Absolutely. And with regular updates and feedback from the developers, it's clear that they're committed to keeping the player base engaged. That kind of ongoing support can make such a difference in a game's longevity. And speaking of longevity, let's talk about performance. From what I've heard, the game runs smoothly across platforms. Load times are reasonable, and there are minimal bugs or glitches. Sure, there were some frame drops in highly detailed scenes, but those have mostly been addressed in patches.
That's so reassuring to hear. There's nothing worse than getting hyped for a game only to have it plagued by technical issues at launch. It sounds like Lucas Tribune really put in the effort to make sure Generation Exile was polished and ready to go. So, final thoughts? Is this a game you'd recommend?
Without a doubt. Generation Exile is more than just a game. It's an experience. The story, the gameplay, the visuals, the sound, it all comes together to create something truly special. If you're into dystopian settings, character-driven plots, or just love a game that challenges you to think, this one's a must-play. It's not perfect, but it's pretty darn close.
I couldn't agree more. It's rare to find a game that balances all these elements so well. Generation Exile doesn't just entertain, it makes you feel, think, and engage with its world. That's what great games do. So if you're listening and you're on the fence about this one, take the plunge. It sounds like it's worth every second.
Made